It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day 3 in Escondido. And what a day. Man, unfortunately, Kevin is sick today. He was kind of feeling crappy yesterday, so he's taken the day, but Miguel came to help. So we have Miguel, which is so fun. So we're right on track. And I thought that before I showed you the rest of our progress, I would just have you watch me do this little part of this tapestry. I tell you, I had originally thought one thing, but you know, I'm inspired as I go. So I hadn't thought about doing tapestry here. I was going to do it down there in the barrel colony, but then that just didn't feel right to me. And I got this pachypodium and the little dichotoma in, you know, and this gorgeous big honey onyx boulder. And I thought, well, shoot, no, this makes sense in this little island. So the first thing I did was add mangave. I've got mint cherry chip, and I've got freckles and speckles. I've got a couple of snow leopards. I have a red wing. There's a lot of little mangaves in here, and I know what you're thinking. Girl, those are going to get huge. And you know, you're not wrong, but I don't care. Let them. I have a requirement of all of my clients that I will be here once a year to do maintenance. So at any point in time, anything, you know, needs a little bit of tough love, I'm here. So if and when those mangaves get too big, you know, then we'll make choices. Maybe we will move some tapestry stuff around. You know, these little sedums tend to be kind of long-term annuals anyway. So maybe by the time the mangaves get really big, these little sedums will be leggy and yucky and we'll want to take them out. And maybe this will just be a mature mangave garden. Don't worry about the future. Just concentrate on doing what looks and feels good right now. Trust your plants, trust your instincts, and be prepared to move things around if needed. So what I'm doing, you can see, you know, these 1 gallons, I'm taking away a lot of the dirt simply because I'm too lazy to dig a hole that deep. That's the only reason I'm doing it. So you can do that or not, it doesn't matter. Most of these 1 gallons they fall apart like this because they're planted as plugs or even cuttings. That's fine. Don't worry if your plant falls apart. It's no big deal. Just put it back together. That's why you've got 10 fingers. You can do it. So see how close I'm going next to this mangave? Just love that look. You know, it's subjective. Some people might not, but I sure do. This is kind of my thing, to make what I call succulent mosaics or tapestries, where the plants just continue to knit together. And for the next few years, this will just look more spectacular one day than it did the day before. And then, yeah, we'll have to make some decisions, but that's okay. That's growth. All right, this bed will be irrigated very carefully with micro irrigation. There will be micro lines running all up and through so that everything gets water when needed. These little Haworthia came out of the back. I'm going to show you what Miguel and Mel did back there in just a minute. So I'm working with them primarily as cuttings because they were in that bed back there for years, completely untended, not watered. So I know they're going to do really great out here. And it's just fun to have something to kind of just tuck in for a little difference, a little contrastual fun and interest. See that? Put this one right here. And then when you kind of get lost, or if things are looking a little too straight, or, you know, you can take and pop in a rock. Remember, you can never go wrong with rocks. This is some 6 to 12 inch. This is some 6 to 12 inch Baja Cresta rubble. And here we have just a little aloe also pulled out of the back as a cutting. I'm just tucking those in here and there for added texture and visual interest. You know, once you learn the growth habits and nature of these plants, you'll become a lot more fearless in just doing what you want with them, knowing good full and well that it doesn't really take much to whip them around and change them over time. So that's me. I'm just finishing up this tapestry. I'll get it done before I leave today. Here I did a little mammillaria colony. This mama in the blue pot inspired me to add babies around her. So I added a lot more soil for mounding. I added a lot more rock. And I had Hannah stop at Waterwise Botanicals and pick up 6 more cute little baby mammies that came in these little pots. So they're the perfect size. So this obviously will have no irrigation here. Daddy figured out how to get water in, well, we don't need water here, but he figured out how to get lights down here and lights in our barrel colony because he wasn't sure if he could do it because of the hardscape, but he's Greg and he did it. So since yesterday, Haley and Hannah finished the barrel colony, and I came through when they were done and I just added some rubble rock here and there. I may tweak this a little more before I'm done. I may not, but I've decided that, and you know me, this could change, but right now I'm thinking that I want to go black 3/4 down here, because why not, right? Did I say that? I'm still thinking that, but you know, I may change my mind, who knows. Up here is going to be Palm Springs gold with splashes of black. I'm still committed to that. And what you see the guys doing right now is burying irrigation, subterranean drip. You can see that they've got all of the plants that need it irrigated. We do not irrigate cactus. You will note that they ran 2 rings around the Palo Verde tree so that she would get extra water, because I think she will definitely benefit from that until she is very well established. I added a few more things. I've got 3 stands of Crassula undulata in there now, a little softness. There was some concern in the comments about the Yucca rostrata in the pot, which I know is a little crooked, but we'll straighten that out when we lay down the rock. Well, my reason for that is, you know, well, mainly because it looks really good, but also this plant was delivered to us with about 3 roots. It's really root deprived. So I don't want it in the ground. I don't want to risk it getting too wet. Up here in this pot, I know I can control the irrigation and I can monitor it. So it is going to be, it's like an ICU, and I can watch it, keep an eye on it, monitor the irrigation that it gets, and at some point, many years down the road, if it needs to come out of that pot, that will not be a problem. That's what a sawzall is for. Also, this pot is extremely heavy and extremely thick. There was some concern that we might have to break the pot in order to get the plant out. And that's a real concern, especially when you have pots that are wider in the middle than they are at the top. And if the root ball, you know, gets really, really thick, well, when that happens, all you have to do is take your handy sawzall and just saw down in there and loosen up all of the roots. And we have had no problem just popping plants right out. So don't worry about that, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out the back.
Hi! This looks so good.
So here at the side garden, I got done with the planting. It was so challenging because we had the super bags blocking my view, but I'm really, really happy with it. We ended up popping in some blue elf and a couple of Portulacaria minima, 3 to be exact. Brought in that beautiful pot with the Hesperaloe in it. Added a little more rock. These stakes are going to come off of the pilos after we apply the top dressing. I don't want to take any chances of them falling over, but no, we're not leaving these on. And Gordon brought up a really good point this morning that, you know, when we're here, this gate is open all the time, but when it's closed, it's a nothing burger back there. So he suggested a pot, and our client had a bunch of pots. So Hannah chose this one. I love it. Look at how that color plays off those Pilosoceras. It's so beautiful. The height is perfect. And I've got a Straussii at home in a 5-gallon that I haven't done anything with that I'm going to bring tomorrow to plant in here. And then I'm going to go to Southwest Boulder and Stone today after work and buy a bunch of fiberglass to bling out the pots. All right, then back here, remember we did this about, what, a month ago? 3 weeks, a month ago? It looks fantastic. Our client is so funny. These obviously are also Palo Verde Desert Museums, but because the one out front's all leafed out, she thought we got a different tree. I said, no, yours are gonna look like that too. So I went ahead and watered these today just to give them a little help. So those that follow closely, remember this elevated planter here. And this is what Miguel and Mel did with it today. Can you even? We've got our Pringlei as our thriller. We don't have any spiller in this pot, but sometimes, guys, it is indeed the simple things. They did such a masterful job with this of elevation and rock placement and plant placement. It is so balanced. From 360 degrees, it looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Our client loves the green Oro Verde rock that I used around her little fountain in the chip form. So I found a beautiful Oro boulder and we staged it where she can see it from the house. It's a stunning rock. And then obviously this hasn't been top dressed yet, but I'm thinking about going black in here too. Because why not, right? There are no trees, no detritus. There's no reason not to. Yeah, just absolutely spectacular. A couple of you have made comments I find fascinating. After my installation in Rancho Santa Fe of the barrel colony and then the barrel colony that I did here, not everybody's a fan, and that's fine. You can absolutely share your feelings. I'm very interested in how you feel. It's interesting, the comments that go with the feelings are, it looks like there's no design, or it's under-designed, or it's lacking design, and that's so bizarre to me. I don't know if it's not translating in the video or what, but it is so challenging to do a barrel colony and make it look good. You really, oh my gosh, the elevations, the minutiae, the size of the barrel, the facing of the facing of them, the companioning of them, the stacking of them. There's so many moving parts with getting this look, and I think it does look super easy, but that's probably, just a compliment. I'll take it as such, because it is a very, very elevated design, I assure you. All right, so that is it for day 3. We are wrapping up the irrigation. Greg went to buy a few more lights and a little bit more micro for my tapestry. And tomorrow we're going to continue burying lines, and we will start spreading rock, continue working with the lights, and the idea is to be done Saturday, Business Saturday. I think we're going to make it. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with day 3 in Escondido and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.